did a whole bunch of work to the van lately, or at least I had mechanics do some of it, and there's still more to come. Yep, that's right. Sometimes, you know, you buy something and for long stretches of time you gotta work on it, and then you'll have long stretches of time when it's just fine. When I first bought the van, pretty much didn't have to do hardly anything to it, just change the oil, and after about 6 months of owning it, I had to replace the alternator, and then ever since then, about every 2 to 3 months, I have to fix something on it. And this time around, it was a water pump and a couple of sensors and an ignition switch and a starter relay. Yes, that's right, all of that stuff. And there's going to be more. Okay, so sorry about the lighting because it's after work now and the sun's starting to kind of set, and it's also really smoky. So we kind of got this like atomic orange kind of vibe going on, and some ashes raining down, so it's kind of yucky. But yeah, to continue my conversation about the van, well, I replaced the ignition switch, and I had a mechanic do the water pump and some other sensors and things like that, but it's still not running perfect, and there's still a small leak of coolant that happens, so who knows what that is. It's hard to see, so I just have to keep an eye on it and keep looking for it. But my brother thinks it might be the thermostat housing, which makes sense because of where the leak is. So yeah, there's a lot more stuff that I'm probably going to be doing to this thing just to keep it on the road. And not to mention regular maintenance and stuff like you always have to do, like oil changes and stuff like that. I wanted to get it painted before the summer was over, if I did decide to keep it, but that's probably not going to happen, seeing as how I have to do all this other stuff to it. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, I'm putting this out there for you because I want you to know that it's not all peaches and cream. You know, no matter what kind of van you get, no matter what you do, no matter what kind of vehicle you get, there's going to be maintenance, there's going to be stuff. And quite frankly, the stuff that I am replacing on this van is just regular maintenance. The thing is old. It's over 20 years old. It's almost 30 years old. So all these sensors and things are going to go out on it. The ignition was worn out. You know, it just didn't want to work anymore. It just wasn't making a connection anymore. The tumbler inside where the key goes was fine, but the switch underneath wasn't. The thing that actually told the thing to turn on. You know, stuff like that. It just gets old and worn out. And that's what you got to think about when you get an older truck, even if it's in good shape, even if the mileage is pretty low. Chances are, if it's been sitting around for 20, 30 years, even if it hasn't been driven too much, and especially possibly if it hasn't been driven too much, you're going to have a lot of parts on it that just don't work anymore. You know, there could be worse things happening, but luckily for me, there's not. I was lucky. The man that I bought this van from replaced the transmission before I bought it, like just before I bought it. So it maybe had, I'd say, less than 4,000 miles on the new transmission when I bought it, according to him. So yeah, I don't have to worry about something major like that, so I'm very thankful. And like I tell my friends and my family, even if I have to spend $500 or $600 one month to get my van fixed, I'm still ahead of the game. Because if the van lasts me 6 months to a year, that's $100 a month rent, you know, if it's 6 months. If it lasts a year on that repair, then that's $50 a month instead of, you know, $900 on up. which is what we pay here on the West Coast. And everybody wonders why people stay on the West Coast. Well, we have awesome weather here, we have awesome people here, and our families are here. Our families settled here a long time ago before the rent went through the roof. And a lot of us don't want to leave our family and friends. So we do things like this to stay here. And I know people that make way more money than I do that live this way. I know people that own homes that rent them out and live this way because it helps them. It helps keep their income up and they can retire easily and things like that. So, you know, living in a van has its perks, but it's going to be a pain in the butt sometimes. And so that's why a lot of us van lifers put this stuff up for you guys so that people that are in, you know, the honeymoon stage or people that haven't left their sticks and bricks yet, know that it's not always going to be, you know, Instagram pictures and adventures and all that kind of stuff. And ironically, since I've had this van, I've actually gotten to travel a lot less than normal or than what I thought I would, just because I've been working on it ever since I got it. I've either been building on it or trying to keep it, you know, maintained, doing repairs, things like that. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that goes along with owning something this old, or even owning any kind of vehicle really. And there's some of you out there that are going to buy a brand new van or whatever and take 2 or 3 years to build it because you're still working, or you're saving up, or you're doing it in your spare time, or all of the above. And so yeah, don't think you're just gonna hop in a van and come out here. Well, I guess you could. That's up to you. Just throw a sleeping bag in here and a couple of milk crates and you're good to go. I mean, seriously, you can camp like that and you can live like that if you like, but most of us want to have a few creature comforts, and most of us want to be able to have the means with which to take care of our vehicles, hopefully. And so yeah, there you go. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. The van is getting better. It's not perfect still, but it's getting there, and that's all that matters, really. You know. And I wish I had some better news. I wish I could tell you guys, hey, you know, the van is like tip top, blah blah blah, la di da. But no, that's not the reality of the situation. And you know, that's okay. That's just how it's gonna have to be. And if I decide to do something different, then I will let you guys know. Right now, I'm kind of at a crossroads, to be honest. I've had people that have been interested in the van lately that, you know, might want to buy it. Particularly one of the mechanics that I had look at it lately. He's interested in it, which would be awesome because that would be a good home for this thing. Somebody that can fix it, somebody that knows how to fix it, that has experience with vans, and I would feel really good about, you know, passing this van on to someone like that. But then there's this whole thing of where I built it and I made it into my home, you know, and I'm very comfortable inside of it, and I like everything, well, just about everything that I've done to it. And because I did it myself, I can always improve upon it and fix it when I need to. So, you know, you get kind of attached to some things, but it may not be practical. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you guys know what I decide to do. But yeah, it's just something that you guys will have to think about. You know, you might get into a rig and stay in it for a while, and it might just not be what you needed it to be. Or maybe you'll find something and live in it for 5-10 years until it totally dies and you can't do anything else, and there you go. So you have to get something new. Either way, it works out great. It's all good. There's, like I've been saying to you guys all along, there's no right or wrong way to do this. There's no right or wrong way to do life. As long as you're doing something good for the world and you're not hurting anybody and you're happy and your family's happy, then there's no right or wrong way. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this. And if you did, please like and subscribe, and do all that good YouTube fun stuff. And check my descriptions as always. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.